Go ahead, Nolan.
Dalton, you didn't get the finish, like you just said off camera, but you got to win, and you're still undefeated against a tough guy. How did that feel?
Felt good, man. He, I stayed away from that hook. I seen it a couple times where I threw the jab and I pulled back out and he wung the hook, kind of like I seen him doing a lot of his fights, and he caught a lot of guys that were being lazy, just staying in there. So I threw a couple overhand rights. If I would have connected better with him, I probably would have pushed the pace a little bit, but I was just being a little bit more cautious than anything because he was winging that. And, him being later in his career, being 38 years old, it's like now or never for him. So, he could have got desperate.
Before the fight, you said that people had forgotten that you have a little bit of a boxing background as well. Yeah. Was that a point that you wanted to make out there tonight? Because your jab looked good, your boxing, a lot of people online were commenting on how you outstruck a pro boxer.
Yeah. Man, I keep telling people, man, it's just like the fight stylistically, they line up differently against each person. And the first takedown I actually got on him was an accident. I slipped under the hook and he stepped in again with the right hand and I just hit his leg. So I honestly didn't even mean to finish it either. Kind of just put him right on his butt. After I realized I can get him down pretty easy, it was hard to hold him down. Don't get me wrong. He's really good against the cage getting up and he's good scooting back there. I was trying to hold him off of it. But, yeah, it was hard to hold him down. And I knew from the beginning it was going to be like that because I watched a couple of his fights. So I knew I was going to have to box with him. And like I said, people seem to forget that I had a boxing background myself. And I think there was a big speed advantage for me in there. And I was popping his head back a lot with my jab. Everything was popping him back. I was mixing it up, throwing a couple kicks in there, had him off his game a little bit, had him hesitating, and went in there and got the win.
Finishes are cool and all, but how valuable do you think it is for you to spend, those minutes in the cage, get a full 15 in against a tough guy like him?
It definitely tests your mindset and your heart. But like I said before, the goal is always to go in there and get the finish, man. And first round, just because of how slow pace it was, like I knew in the back of my head, I wasn't going to get the finish unless he really got desperate and I caught him, like I said. But he was being more technical. He was laying back. He was picking his shots. So I kind of did the same thing, and it kind of just turned into a point match.
Think you'll be ranked come Monday?
I should be. That's up to you guys, isn't it?
Fair play.
Yeah. Speaking of, Romero Cotton shouldn't be ranked. He's 5-0, and he only fought one solid competition. He took somebody down that had no wrestling, took his back and choked him, Nothing spectacular, nothing too impressive. And his other 4 wins against, no-name guys. And I think he's being boosted a little bit too early, and I think I should definitely take his spot. If anything, he should be knocked out of the ranks. If not, he should be 10, I should be 9. After that, he's who I wanted to call out, actually. So hopefully in my next fight, I get him.
All right, we'll take a few more from the media joining us virtually. Joe?
Dalton, hell of a performance, man. When I talked to you in the past, you had said you were above Romero Cotton. Does him having a number by his name now interest you again?
Yeah. He, like I said, he pulled out of the fight that we had lined up. It was the fight that I fought Ty Werder, my last fight. I was supposed to fight Romero. And the day after he signed the contract, it was literally like 2 days later, he was like, I hurt my back. And that camp, I hurt my back like 3 or 4 times. I actually fought with a torn LCL. Didn't tell anybody that. But, I don't like making excuses for myself. But when fighters are actual fighters, they'll fight regardless. They'll find a way to get to that fight, find a way to get a win, He pulled out of the fight, and that's who I want next, He's number 9. He's ranked number 9, and I think it's an easy win for me.
And how often?
Hey, I want Romero next. Dead serious. I want Romero next. I wanted you guys to give me a interview in the cage after, so I call him out because I know he was watching. Just fought his teammate, But I guess this will do.
And thank you. Talk to Rich Chow, call your matchup. How often will we see you in the cage in 2021?
Hey, Rich, how often are you going to put me in here this year? I want to fight all 4 fights this year, renew my contract. All right, hey, I'm staying ready. I'm being serious. I'm holding you to that. So you guys just heard it from him. Hopefully he sticks to his word. I stay ready. 4 fights this year, maybe 5.
Jonah?
Hey, Dalton. Jonah Rawls from Behind the Grind here. Congratulations on a great performance here tonight, man.
Thank you.
So did anything surprise you in specific about Tony Johnson?
He threw more kicks than I expected. nothing else surprised me. I knew he had a good takedown defense, and I knew he was good at getting off against the cage. I believe I could have held him down, but I was spending a lot of energy there. And like I said, he's good there. So I'm not going to get the finish against the cage against somebody like that. So, I'm the only thing that threw me off, the only thing that he did that I didn't expect him to was all the kicks he was throwing.
Donna?
Dalton, congratulations on a great result. I'm only just after joining now, so if I'm repeating a question, I apologize. But do you think that, like, 30-27 across the board, it's a fair set of scores, but it's not necessarily an accurate representation of how difficult a fight this was for you tonight?
Are you asking me if the fight was more difficult than it was scored?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Really good fighter. Tough. Able to survive. Hard to hold down, like I said, and good. Obviously, good boxing. He had some power I had to stay away from, and yeah, it was a good fight. It was a close fight, but I definitely won all 3 of those rounds. You have to remember those rounds are scored cumulatively, so it's 10-9, 10-9, 10-9. It's not like they group everything together and say, "Oh, I whooped his ass for the whole entire fight. We're going to give him a 3-point win." It's added up round by round. So some of those rounds might have been closer than the others. But at the end of the day, if I beat him by 1 strike, I still get the 10-9 win.
Is Romero Cotton an easier fight than you had tonight, in your opinion?
Is he a what?
Is Romero Cotton stylistically someone who might be easier for you to face than your opponent tonight?
I think so. Today I had I had a good matchup where I was able to show off a little bit of my boxing, do a little bit of striking. I got some takedowns just to secure the rounds for sure. But somebody like Romero Cotton, I could out wrestle him, and I could sure as hell out strike him. That's a fight where I see me getting a viral knockout. You'll see me with over 1 million views on MMA Junkie. Nolan, make sure you guys put me up there after the fight. And I think it's a good matchup for me, and I think that's something that could really push me up further in my career.
Simon?
Dalton Rosta, my man, Simon Romero behind the grind. I just have this one quick one for you here before we let you go. Enjoy the win. How much longer do we have to wait until you get verified on the Instagram?
I hope after this fight. I've been waiting for a while. Thought I was going to get it after the last one, but I don't know. I would love to have that blue check, Makes it easier for sponsorships. People take you a little bit more seriously. And I think I'm a legit fighter, so I think I should be able to get it.
2 more here. Dylan?
Hey there, Dalton. Appreciate you making the time. I'm just kind of curious with this Romero Cotton call out here. It seems like maybe there's a level of frustration with him that could be oriented to some bad blood. Is that a fair characterization, or is it more just a rankings-minded, competitive meritocracy thing?
It's more rankings. Before, it's like somebody else asked me. I said I was above him, and in my mind, I am. But according to the media, I'm not. And at the end of the day, we're here to please the fans. We're here to please the media. So if I'm obviously not doing enough in their eyes, so I gotta go and beat him, take his spot.
Yeah, Chris boxing and mixing the wrestling well tonight, man. Great performance, and thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Last question. Ronald?
Ronald Smith here. I just want to ask this one last question for you. You brought up before during this whole time, test your mindset and how you were dominating the fight for the 2 rounds going to the 3rd. How do you keep your mind laser focused to get the end result, to get the W?
I just had to be patient. I won those first 2 rounds. I had to go in there with the same mindset 3rd, just pick my shots. If the finish came, I'd take it, but it didn't. He's a tough fighter. Props to him, and a lot of respect to him. I had respect to him before. I said it in my interviews. I think he should have been ranked before this. He had vicious knockouts. He beat Alton Cunningham on Contender Series. He beat Joe Schilling, knocked him out bad. Knocked out Mike Ortega in Bellator bad. This dude, he's a really good boxer. 10-1 as a pro boxer. Dude, he's legit. I think he should have been ranked before this. I think I should have, and I think that should have been a top 10 fight between us 2.
Thanks for the time, Dalton. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.